Okay, in this video I'm having a look at how to solve quadratics using the null factor law. Now, if the quadratic is already factorised, obviously that makes it a little bit easier. If not, we have to factorise first. So we've got x squared minus 5x equals 0. So we're going to factorise that as x outside of x take 5. So x times x would give us x squared. X times minus 5 gives us the minus 5x. Now we're able to say with the null factor law that either x equals 0 or x minus 5 equals 0. And that would mean x is equal to 5. Because to get a 0, we need to have had one of the pieces that we're multiplying be 0 to get a 0 answer. So that's how the null factor law works, that to get a 0, when we multiply, one of them has to be a 0. Here we have 2x squared equals 18. So first step, I can divide by 2. X squared equals 9. Then I can say x is going to be the square root of 9, which is 3. But I do need to remember that when I do the square root of a number, it can be plus or minus, because negative 3 squared can equal positive 9 and 3 squared can equal positive 9. So x is equal to negative 3 or positive 3. Here we've got x squared minus 19. So we can take that to the other side. X squared equals x squared minus 19 equals 0. Take the x squared, the 19 over to the other side, and then we can write x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 19. Now I'm not going to work out the answer to that because it's a surd. It's not going to give me an exact value or a whole number. Here I've got two more to look at. Both of them are quadratics that haven't been factorised. So a reminder with our factorising, we always write down our a, b, c. So our a is 1, our b is 3, our c is 2. So our AC is equal to 2, our B is equal to 3. We're looking for two numbers that will multiply to give 2, but add to give 3. So that's going to be 2 and 1. So we will factorise that as x plus 2 and x plus 1 equals 0. Because we have a 1 as our coefficient for our quadratic, we're able to go straight to the brackets. Remembering if we had anything else in front there, we would have to use a different process. Now that we've got our brackets, we can say that either x plus 2 equals 0 or x plus 1 equals 0. Now if x plus 2 equals 0, x must be equal to negative 2. If x plus 1 equals 0, x must be equal to negative 1. Then my lucky last one here, I've got a equals 1, b equals negative 7, c equals 10. So my AC equals 10 and b equals negative 7. Now to get a negative 7, but a positive 10, I want two numbers that multiply to give a positive but add to give a negative. I'm going to need two negative numbers, because two negative numbers will multiply to give a positive and they'll add to give a negative. Now I know that 10 has the factors of 5 and 2. So 5 times 2 will give me 10. I also know 5 plus 2 gives me 7, but I want a negative 7. So if I make that negative 5 and negative 2, negative 5 times negative 2 will give me 10, and negative 5 plus negative 2 will give me negative 7. So I can put x take 5 and x take 2 into my brackets. I can then say that either x take 5 equals 0 or x take 2 equals 0. So x must be equal to 5 or 2. And that's how I solve my quadratics. If you're unable to factorise it, then you'll need to use the quadratic formula.